All right, how you doing, guys? How you doing, guys? Top of the good afternoon, everybody. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna get to it. I've been trying to record a video about this whole saga, and I did the podcast last night. Gave about 30 minutes of giving Mello his props. And then we got down to the Stephen A. We talked about the Stephen A. stuff. We talked about around the league on the 10 Toes Down podcast last night. So I've been trying to get out a video all week about since Wednesday, I believe, about the whole LeBron Pat McAfee interview, and I've watched everybody else's Common Sense Sport and Fitness rants. I saw AOH and Zay today. Shout out to all those guys, All Ball TV. Even watched FYF talk about the situation. They had pro LeBron guys, and obviously he took Stephen A. to task. And I've been really trying to catch the angle, because I pride myself on talking about what everybody else don't talk about, like what they not saying out there. I'm gonna say what they not saying. I'm gonna catch the angle that I think people might get, but they might miss, or whatever. So I really wanna address what I think is the root of all this. Because I watched the first 40 minutes of the Pat McAfee interview with LeBron. I still haven't finished it. I mean, really, I'm kind of hearing what's going on, and I pretty much know how it went. Like there was never any part where Pat McAfee, and I kind of respect him as a commentator, and like he does. I really respect him a lot for the WWE stuff. I haven't watched him talk about sports at all on ESPN. But, I respect, he has a big platform, big following, right? ESPN pays him a lot. So obviously, and then he gets the LeBron interview. Again, I'm not, like my boy Fave from All Ball TV. I'm not going to get into the whole, he went to a black. I don't know. I feel that way, It's not even the fact that he went to a white guy's show. It's the fact that other content creators have supported him so much. And he goes to Pat McAfee. Again, that was his decision. Obviously, I know LeBron is an intelligent individual. Obviously, I know he's not stupid in any way. He's very calculated in what he does. So he's not going to say things. He's not going to let things out unless he wants it out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we all know this. I've accused LeBron of being a manipulator. Some of the same things that, guys like Stephen A. and other mainstream media people are saying, right? So, as I see the stories, the individual stories, the individual beefs and stuff like that, I think it really comes down to something. I really think it comes because I think, for a guy who we know that LeBron admired MJ growing, we know that he admired MJ. Same way Kobe did, the same way anybody who played this game and wanted to be great at it. MJ is a person you can admire. Forget what you think of him personally, okay? People will try to make chinks in his armor and bring him down on certain levels. Well, he gambled. He wasn't the greatest family man. Blah 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 blah. His kids are out of. Even though his daughter Jasmine is like really big in the Jordan brand, like doing business, right? He has another son. Was it Marcus the one getting in trouble, or Jeffrey? Marcus, Jeffrey, Jasmine. That's his two. His three kids, two sons and a daughter, just like LeBron kind of has, right? Two older sons and one daughter. Again, they get into all of that. And again, this gets into a lot of the hypocrisy of LeBron, and they're making no buts about it. I'm calling LeBron out because at the end of the day, he is the reason why. He's the reason. He's the one that does this. And it comes down to the fact that while he admired Jordan coming up, the fact that he's in his position and Jordan does not give him the rub or the praise or the grace that he gave one Kobe Bryant. And that's the thing, right? That's the thing, because he said, Jordan doesn't have a relationship with me, we don't really speak that much because I'm still playing. And he's so competitive. And he has to hear his name. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, LeBron. Let's keep it real. When you won your last championship, you asked for respect. You said, "Give me my damn respect. Give me my damn respect." You want a bubble chip. You want a chip where there was no travel. The games were scheduled. Again, you could sit there and talk about how tough it was. I can guarantee you, the NBA players of the 70s and 80s, if they were getting a paycheck, to play basketball in one location because the world was dying around them and this was just whatever, they would have done it. They would have fucking played in Siberia. You played in sunny Orlando. Okay? You played in sunny Orlando. The players from the 80s and 90s, if they had to be locked up in one location, getting the money that you guys get to stage the NBA playoffs, they would have done it in Siberia. They literally would have done it in Siberia. Ate it up, and they just did what they had to do. So, okay, you asked for your damn respect. And we know, again, this wasn't about the fans. It wasn't about the media. This was about the all-time greats who don't really embrace you. And they don't embrace you because while they respect your how good you are, your talent, they don't respect you. And let's keep it real, all right? I'm one guy who says a player can do whatever the hell he wants for his career. I want y'all to understand this, I have never criticized LeBron for going to Miami. That's the move that free agency and collective bargaining allowed him to do. The same way let KD go to the Warriors, whatever. We can say, I could have said I would have done something different. You did what you wanted to do. You went to Miami. You had a right to go to Miami. You had the right to say, Cleveland, you're not going to build exactly the team that I need. You might not be able to build exactly the team that I need. So I'm going to go and take my career into my own hands, and I'm going to go do. I don't have a problem with him doing it. The problem that we have is that he didn't own it. He didn't own it. It was every other. So if they didn't do what he set out to do, or they wasn't as successful as he set out to be, it was every other body else's fault but you. This is the problem. This is what the all-time greats see. Again, I'm not an all-time great basketball player. I don't have that perspective. I don't have that lens. But I am a competitive person. Michael Jordan is the ultimate competitor. Michael Jordan hates to lose. See, that part you got right. Michael Jordan is competitive as fuck. But the thing is, bro, he's not competing with you. You were correct when you said he's on the back nine. Yes, he's on the back nine, and he's on the golf course. He doesn't have to sweat you. He doesn't want the fame. He don't need the fame. He don't need people slobbing at his knob every goddamn day. He can see he can see his goddamn image on their feet. Okay? This is Michael Jordan. He doesn't need you. You need him. You need him. And that's the thing. It's made you, LeBron, you have to understand, right? When you say, and you throw Windhorst under the bus, I'm not a big Brian Windhorst fan, but you shit on Brian Windhorst in an interview because what he said was a fact. LeBron James went to Nike because Michael Jordan. Well, here's the thing when you're not as smart as you think you are. Well, they gave me $90 million. Well, yeah, Adidas and Reebok and all of them could have came to the table because you were the next Michael. They were starting to say you were the next Michael. You're that good of a guy, and you're that marketable. That's why you got the $90 fucking million. Michael Jordan is and then you said in the next breath, well, I wanted to wear, I wanted to wear Michael Jordans off the court. The Bo Jacksons. So yes, Nike, because of Michael Jordan, had a great, Nike was basically founded on Michael Jordan's back, right? Nike became the big brand that it did because of Michael Jordan. He was the first star on that label. And, again, I think you got to understand this. So now it's like you want to be at that table and you want to get respect from those greats, and they just don't respect you because you're not the problem. And I said this on my podcast last night. You're not the competitor they are. They see it. They know it. You know how they know it? Because you accept losing more than they do. And then when you do it, you don't own it. When you lose, you don't own it. Jordan owned his L's. See, now, and this makes it worse. He won't give you the rub. He won't, he's not hating on you. Jordan has never publicly hated on. Matter of fact, he even called Michael Wilbon, one of his Glazers, to say, bro, stop hating on LeBron. But that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. He won't publicly embrace you because he don't fundamentally respect how you get down. He doesn't, he knows you have all the goddamn God-given talent in the world, and you don't, while you work on your personal body, and you don't work on your craft. There's things that you do that are fundamentally flawed. Even the way you rest on defense. Because let's keep it real, Kobe and Mike rest on defense later in their careers to a certain extent. But they knew how to do it. They knew how, when it came down, when I have to go out and get a stop, I know how to do it. You rest, so you're basically not respecting the game. Because again, your team plays 4 and 5 on defense most of the night. And you stand there and make them. So when it comes down to it, this whole Stephen A. system, because Stephen A. won't kiss the ring, this whole thing, he's the one, you want the media, you got the Nick Rice, you got the Shannon Sharp, you got all these paid goddamn agents in the media, yet you complain about the media. Yet, because when Windhorse wants to be taken as a serious journalist, not somebody who just got here on the back of LeBron, being LeBron's boy or being LeBron's Glazer, and he actually makes an honest goddamn take. Oh, you got to throw shit on him. Same thing with Kendrick Perkins. I'm not saying these guys are good at what they do, right? I don't say a guy sucks or a guy is a hack because I don't agree with him. There's a lot of guys who I think are great in the business who I don't agree with, and I'm sure I'm not always right. Sometimes they are right. I know a lot of times, my ego is going to tell me that I'm right about shit more often than I'm wrong about shit. And I see the game, and I see all angles and things like that. Or I'll see most of the angles. Again, there's shit that I miss. Bunch of shit that I miss. Why it took me so long to come up with a video. Because I'm trying to really see all sides, right? Yeah, Stephen A. fucked up by saying you weren't in Kobe's room when you were. And you did the right thing. You didn't make it like you usually do. You didn't make it all about yourself. Even at the Kendrick pop out, you were kind of dancing in the back. You didn't want to be all out in the front, but you had to make sure you were seen there, right? Again, you're a celebrity. You got to make appearances. You got to make appearances to be seen. So again, nobody comes on and saying why you weren't at Wade's Hall of Fame. Why you weren't here? Again. You weren't at Wade's. They use the excuse about Bronny just recently having the cardiac arrest. Yet, I believe the James family was in Paris not too long after Wade's thing. So, yeah, or they were in Florida or somewhere. They were somewhere overseas. I know they were in Paris, and then I think they were in Paris, and then they were somewhere tropical. Again, that's your business. That's your business. But the fact of the matter is, it did look some kind of way that when you weren't at this guy's Hall of Fame ceremony when the rest of the Banana Boat crew was. Again, it's who cares? Stephen A. leading with that bullshit is what Stephen A. fucked up. Stephen A. leading, because There's a lot of shit that he really gets on about you misleading other Clutch clients to not make the best move for their fucking careers, which is absolutely deplorable. It should be like if we had a real commissioner in this league, and I'm gonna call Adam Silver out for his bullshit. If we had a real commissioner in this league, the fact that you allow the conflict of interest that is LeBron James and Clutch Sports to rule the way they do, where, yeah, technically LeBron's name isn't on a deed to Clutch Sports, but we all know that that's his fucking agency. He's a client, but he runs that goddamn show. And he's running other players to not make the best career moves for themselves. He gets guys where he wants them on at the end, and it's ridiculous that agency, the players don't see it, because they get contracts that they would have got with any other agency, with any other agent. Yet, oh yeah, you get the best players that you know are going to get max money, and then oh yeah, Clutch is getting the money. No, I ain't see Clutch get. Wait, why isn't many of these Clutch agents having major endorsement deals? Why don't, Ben Simmons, right? Ben Simmons, you basically threw his career away by quitting on the Sixers. He threw his career trajectory away by quitting on the Sixers. He hasn't been the same physical player since. You can say he was already injured. That's bullshit. When you're already injured and you don't play, you then now, I can get into a whole lot of stuff, man. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff that people see about you that your fanboys don't see, that they ignore.